Hi, friends. I was looking through my blogs um, for topics because I've written about a lot of topics that I enjoy. Um, but one I haven't written about, but I wanted to maybe, or maybe I can't find the time or the place to do it that it feels right. But it feels right coming to the video right now. Um, so I had this sort of picture in my brain, and it was like recalling a day like in nature, like walking through the trees, and it's like sounds of birds and just the sounds of nature. If you've ever been hiking or you've sat in a park or anything where you're near nature, you likely know the sounds of nature. Um, but it got me thinking, and it's sort of like a concept that I've been embracing lately is like the healing power of nature. So, nature or being in nature, I live in Alberta, so I'm really close to the mountains. So, I've been really lucky to like have the mountains and the foothills and the forests and things in my life. Um, so, you know, I've always felt like a sense of peace and calm being out in nature. And I still feel it to this day. And actually, it's become more of a space for healing. Um, there's mornings where the sun is shining and I just go outside and I can close my eyes and you get that warmth on your face. And, it doesn't hit me in the moment, but after I come back indoors, I'm like, wow, I feel better. Even if I didn't feel negatively before, I just feel better having sat in the fresh air with the sun on my skin. And that to me feels like healing. Um, it's been really sort of something in my life that if I had troubles, if I had something going on mentally, or I'm having just a rough sort of mental day, because, you know, your brain is running up there all the time. Um, that my immediate reaction was like, get me to nature. Like stat. Um, but I think unknowingly then, but knowingly now, going to nature, even if it's literally standing in the grass outside of our trailer, um, is a form of healing. And there's something about being outside, even though I'm like literally allergic to everything, but I don't let that dictate. Um, but something about being outside that makes me like feel connected and connected like to the earth, connected to or more connected to the people in my life, and just more at peace, even despite whether or not I'm going through something mentally. So I guess I come here to say that if you're going through something, and most people are, whether that's, mentally or an outside of you kind of thing with other people or jobs or who knows, people are always fighting some battle. Um, Try nature. It sounds silly, and I mean, I grew up in Calgary, which is a big city, like a massive city, but also a city that kind of takes pride in having parks and things. So even if I couldn't get to the mountains, there were still ways for me to get outside. So if you live in a city and you need some nature, I hope that it's either close to you, you can walk, or, a quick drive. It is something that you have to commit to because you have to take the time to do it, and that can be hard if your life is busy. But I can't even tell you the difference that being in nature makes. And just taking it in. It's like that whole presence thing. You know, in meditation, they talk a lot about being present and just letting your thoughts come and go. And although I am trying meditation lately, traditional meditation can be incredibly hard for people. So I came across this sort of concept of walking meditation, but it's really like presence, you know? So no matter what is going on in your life, if you go out to nature and you just, you know, you see the squirrel climb the tree and you see the leaves blow in the wind and you see the ants going back to their ant hill, like whatever the littlest things that you can choose to focus on are actually the things that are going to keep you present. And that presence is like a break from whatever you're going through. It's it's like a refresh. Actually, that's kind of the best way I think I can put it. It's like it resets. You feel more aligned with the world. You feel more aligned with like the core of who you are. Even if you feel lost, even if you're in a state of change, a state of flux, where you're trying to figure out things about yourself. Going there and having that presence in nature, having that break for your brain where you're just literally focusing on, oh man, look at those pretty yellow flowers. Oh, listen to that bird. Oh, hope there's not a bear in this forest. Whatever it is actually the thing that's going to keep you present, refresh your brain so that when you go back to your life, somehow, and this is sort of some like magic of the nature, somehow you feel a little better. And for me, I mean, our living situation means that quite literally nature is right there, you know? Yes, we are currently parked by a road, but around us is, you know, a field and trees, and they actually planted some really pretty like pink and purple like bushes. I think they actually might be lilacs. Don't quote me on that. They're just baby bushes right now. But I am so lucky. I can literally walk out my door and I have nature. You can do the same thing. It's all like in how you think about it. So if you live in the city, if you have a front porch, if you have a backyard, if you live in an apartment and all you can do is open up your window and stand by your window, breathing in that fresh air and letting the sun hit you for a few minutes, it's the smallest form, but it'll have a similar effect. It's even better if you can like actually go out into the nature, like full blown surrounded by nature. But I think that's something that's actually often missed. People are like, oh, go to nature. And you're like, I don't have a whole day to go to the mountains. Because most people, they don't. Like, that takes a lot of planning. But I think it's missed that, like, nature is anywhere you go outside. You know, you might live in some place that's really, really industrial, but you still have fresh air and you still have sun or clouds or, you know, those things are nature. Those things are still an opportunity to find the presence that gives nature its healing effects. Wild. What a time we live in. I mean, to have the opportunity to find healing in something that's so readily available, so cost-free, you know? As long as you are capable of getting outside, even if you're not mobile and you can have someone help you, that's a blessing too. Because getting outside is like my, it sounds funny, but like my form of spirituality. I believe that nature heals. I believe that my time spent outdoors is time well spent. And if you've never thought about that before, marinate in that thought for a little bit. See if it seems like something that you want, even if you're a city slicker. um, that's an old movie. If you've seen that movie, comment down below. um, but even if you're from the city and you live a really industrial life, nature's available to you too. And you can still be someone who loves the city, someone who thrives in the city, and still loves nature and enjoys nature. You can be someone who has 1 million allergies to outdoor things and to this guy, but we just call him the resident allergen. He's clearly not bothered. But even for someone like me who's totally allergic to everything, I really don't let that hold me back from feeling that healing power, I guess. And maybe it's partially placebo, maybe it's in my brain, but I don't care. If that's the placebo effect that my brain wants to roll with, I'm going with it. Healing power of nature. All right, well, hopefully this gives you something to think about. I think that I have enjoyed just letting this out. I always sort of free speak. I come in with a concept, but I don't have a script or anything because I just want to talk, like off the cuff, you know? I still have said from the very baby start of this channel that I want to be real and I want to be open. So this is real as it gets. Some people might think this is wild, and others will be like, that's my bandwagon. But I'm going to put it out there, and in the process, I hope I build this community full of people who are either into this stuff or that are willing to be open to different concepts, different perceptions, perspectives. So if you enjoy, like and subscribe. I'm shamelessly promoting now. I've decided. So like and subscribe. It really does help me out, especially in the beginning of this channel. I'm so happy to be here. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you on the next one.